Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green. Welcome back to Metroid Prime Remastered, and we have been met by an ice beetle. Burrowing insect with an ice-reinforced carapace, averse to heat. This member of the beetle family has adapted to life in the sub-zero temperatures in the Phendrana Drifts, growing a thick ice shell over its entire body. The ice is extremely resilient, providing the ice beetle with extra protection and augmented digging abilities. So, splat goes that. If you shoot them once with a normal shot, they'll duck back underground. Take care of them with a charged blast. And he's dead, so that's 10 points away there. Damn it, I jumped off the edge. Well, that's ended the pirate threat. But I believe we have some scanning to do in here because we have to unlock the next major pickup. We've got important equipment to grab that's going to help us out in our next boss fight. Thermal imaging software. So, what do we got here? Central tank control circuit connection terminated. So, we are going to get a brand new visor which allows us to use infrared imaging. Well, thermal imaging. I don't think they're the same thing, technically speaking. Now, something I don't like about the thermal visor in this game. I see those turrets down there. Take care of that one. It's much, much blurrier than it was in the original game for some reason. Everything you see through it is just kind of fuzzy and blurry, and it doesn't look as good. So take out the turrets and find our next scan point. Missed it. And you will have probably noticed Metroids in the tanks and the walls. Yeah, we're going to wind up fighting those, because that's just what happens. So, this door, that can only be opened with a different weapon, and it's the ice beam. We are going to get the ice beam. Okay. So the last link in the chain goes, and we can now grab our new shades. We've got new boots and we've got new shades. Thermal visor acquired. Basically, down on the plus pad to activate the visor. We don't have time to talk about it because the lights are about to go out. Well, we got a little bit of time. Assuming I don't press the wrong button. Visors. Thermal visor. The thermal visor allows you to see in the infrared spectrum. Hot objects are bright in the visor while colder ones are dim. The thermal visor will show the weak points of certain foes. Use the thermal visor to see in total darkness and poor weather conditions. Brightly lit areas, explosions and intense heat can impair the thermal visor. Enemies with temperatures similar to their surroundings will be tough to spot with this visor. And that means shadow pirates. So, as you can see, they've got much higher heat signatures. But yeah, you notice how it's sort of all blurry and fuzzy? But it's also really cool that the gun actually heats up as you're charging. Like, it's slightly cooler with the power beam. Those two are fine. Then it just warms up so much as you charge. Like, the game is so full of great details. It's honestly fantastic, but I really, really do not like how fuzzy and almost staticky it goes. As far as I remember, it was much clearer in the original. So, yep, Metroid breaks out, wait for it. And pop it with a super missile. Which I believe is accurate because you had to shoot them with 5 missiles after freezing them with the ice beam in Super Metroid. So you effectively are just cutting out the ice beam bit of taking care of them. Because they have that mutation from Phazon, they have lost some of their protection, and they don't have to be frozen, which is actually a really cool lore element. Oh, great. So my controllers are yelling at me that I've got low battery. Now, anytime you see one of these, lock onto it with the thermal visor and shoot it with the wave beam and you'll empower things. It is a wave beam door. Now, quickly switch to your scan visor because there's an enemy waiting in the darkness. This is the Sentry Drone, well-armed and armoured security mecha. Sentry drones have limited intelligence but do their assigned tasks well. Being machines, they are susceptible to electrical attacks. When alerted, drones initiate a security lockdown and then attempt to neutralise the intruder. Their electronic warfare suite can scramble visor technology as well. Now keep in mind, they don't show up very easily on your thermal visor. But, like most things, one good super missile will burst them. They're a pain in the butt sometimes. And yeah, we've got more pirates. Where did he jump to? He went to space. I know you're space pirates, but you're not supposed to go into orbit. So yeah, you can take them out with easy shots. Also, look around the room. Yeah. And there are also turrets you'll have to deal with. Which is always a pain in the backside. But as you move around the room, you'll actually notice something if you're careful. The pirates are hanging from the roof. So you can actually get the drop on them by moving very steadily through your surroundings, looking around, and using your thermal imaging to get a heads up on your opponents. Because Shadow Pirates have no ranged attack capacity, and he's sliding down the ramp. Pretty good ragdoll physics. So they have no ranged attack capability, which allows you to actually get the drop on them pretty efficiently if you know what you're looking for. Pretty neat in all fairness. And yeah, you see how the Bomus are much, much brighter? That's because of their electrical energy. So, the lift room is dark, but the outside area isn't. Please do note that we don't actually have to fight the pirates again. You can just run through and get out. So, jetpacks are very bright, but we can ignore them. The doors don't lock, so really don't worry too much about it. Just move on. Okay, and this area, now I believe this area was not actually darkened very much in the original game. think you do fight regular space pirates here, though. They know where we are. But they're not too much of a bother, and you can easily refill your health. If you want, just pop up to the save station and top up your energy. It's all good. But yeah, basically the wave beam and missile combination will take care of pretty much any pirate. So we've got a... This area gets very annoying, but electric attacks take care of them quite quickly, as you saw. Super missiles will still do the job. Of course, you get dropped into here facing the wrong blasted way and get shot in the back by a turret. Now, we want, even though we can't see it with the thermal visor, blast that and we get a missile expansion. Now, observe how the pirates are hanging from the ceiling. And he's dead. With careful movement and observation of your surroundings, you can get the drop on them. Right up in my grill. Oh, nice. So, yeah, they only have those melee attacks. They're really easy to take down once you get the rhythm. The homing capacity won't always work. Which is a bit of a pain. Oh. And if you try and snipe them from range, they can suddenly get the ability to start avoiding all your shots, which is annoying. Wow, no, nothing. Big fat nothing for pickups. Don't free the Metroid. That's really, really disappointing. Might be able to get some goodies once we're out of the base. But yeah, other than that... I'm looking for missiles, but we can restock those. Very rude of the turret to hit me from there. I'm not even in the damn room, excuse me! I thought I killed you. Wait, hang on, that... Alright. No, I want my power beam. No, don't lock onto him. Point blank and it missed. That turret has caused me way too much trouble. At least I can top up my health, but that was annoying. Trying to lock onto the turret and I get about 10 shadow pirates on my case. Yeesh. At least it's quieter out here. We can pick up some missiles and I can get some health back before we go on to the next area. So we're not saving, but we'll keep going. because we need to go over this way at last for the boss fight that requires the what's its thing. But we need the super missile because this is conveniently made of cordite. So, if you see those grills, you can shoot them with the wave beam, even if you're not actually using the thermal visor. If you know where to shoot, you're fine. We've got some missiles back. But if I scurry back this way, I might be able to pick up some more, because I want a full complement of missiles for the fight that's coming up. Yep. Cheese strategies. Everything respawns once you've gone 2 rooms away. So, because we haven't gone 2 rooms away, the bombers shouldn't be back. Not that they're much trouble. We'll probably wrap the episode up with the boss fight because it's a bit of a big one. Be the ball and make our way past the bombers. And go through here. Our boss fight is rocks. It's a giant pile of rocks. I'm not kidding, that actually is it. It's a giant pile of rocks. If you observe a lot of the scans, they will talk about Project Titan. Project Titan wound up being very dangerous, very hard to control. That is what this thing is. Project Titan is Thardus. This is basically like the Stone Talus's even meaner cousin. And it is not nice. So we're essentially fighting sentient rocks. Probably a better comparison is Reggie Rock. So, this is Thardus, an animated sentient creature of stone charged with phazon radiation. The phazon radiation given off by Thardus negates auto-targeting systems, preventing lock-on. It may be possible to acquire alternate targets with a different visor. The chaotic nature of phazon irradiation leads to instability in its structural integrity. Thardus can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. So, we need to go into our... thermal visor. Note that ice attacks are pretty much pure black because they're really, really cold. Once that's overloaded, start targeting that part, the exposed parts of its body. And now I'll let you in on a little trick. Drop more 4 bombs in its path, and you will automatically expose the next part of its body. You don't have to do the thermal visor bit. Did I get it? Yes, I did. So that's a really good trick that's essentially speed running, but is easy enough to figure out when fighting Thardus. Well, I suppose not quite easy enough as such. Wait for it to... It really isn't pleased to see me. You can target it with the missile, with regular missiles. And if you like, make sure to shoot those rocks for pickups. Thardus will get very annoyed and make the area very difficult to see in. Basically generating a lightning storm. Well, it looks like a lightning storm, but it basically winds up making the area really foggy.
So I missed!
Nice. Now you will have to stick very close to it and keep an eye on it. But of course visibility is limited. You can't use the thermal visor because it's really hard to see. And by that I mean the temperature instability created by the phase on the rock being revealed causes a lot of trouble for your thermal visor. Now it's switched back to normal now. Wrong button. Trying to hit the B button because you boost to get out of the way. So I've been run over a couple of times. Alright, where's our rock? Alright, it can swipe. There we go. It's really not happy with me. So that's pretty much the easy way to do it. Yes, I know. I've got low batteries there. Where's it gone? You may as well just use your super missiles. So now that we've got to this bit, Thardus gets annoyed and its snowstorm disappears. We'll fight it normally as such for the last phase. Big lightning storm. Wait, did I? Oh, nice. Okay, can we actually lock onto it? No, you do have to keep using the thermal visor to lock onto it. Probably recommend the wave beam because Thardus moves a lot. Okay, so, well, there's what happens when we get frozen. It's really not happy. It keeps moving just as I'm trying to shoot it, which feels pretty typical. It's like fighting the Sir Slushes all over again. You just get the perfect shot lined up and it just moves out of the way. You will also notice that Thardus does lose bits as you fight it. It does actually fall apart. Finally, its structural integrity is ruptured. Run out of the way as it topples over. And it explodes. And that one last rock flies out of nowhere and just donks Samus on the back of the head. One final spiteful screw you. And we get the spider ball. Well, we handled that pretty easily. Much, much better than that stupid turret. So, there's where we came in. If we want to leave the area, we will need to go over here and hit the bottom of the track. And we move along to our exit. We can't do anything about the pickup because we don't have the grapple beam. But yeah, the spider ball lets us travel along magnetic rails, and before I forget, don't forget to actually scan them. Magnetic rail system track. In Morph Ball mode, press and hold R when close to this type of surface. Use L to move the ball along the track. Release the button to disengage from the surface. Caution, a Morph Ball bomb will briefly disengage the ball from the track. We can't boost off them yet. Only in 2. Worth noting, the spider ball could climb any surface in Metroid 2 and was very useful for exploration. You often did have to use the spider ball to wander around the area and find various secrets and various Metroids. Oh, splash damage. Now, we can't go any further because if we head up here, we've got an ice beam door. But if we drop down here, we can make our way to Magmore Caverns. I will change my controller, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.